Hi guys, how is everyone doing today? And as you got used to it lately, we're starting with cleaning the airbrush. Just want to make sure that the airbrush is clean for the work. Hi, Master Blade, how are you today? I hope everyone had a lovely weekend. Now I do have to set up something sometimes, so sorry if it's nothing happening on the screen. And today we're going to be working on Omni-Man again. Yesterday I did do a stream. It was a really long stream, for 6 hours, and I have to say that was my first stream like that. I almost finished up the statue, the mouse PA for hire. Uh, it's a really cool game, and the statue that I'm making it for a friend of mine, a really good childhood friend, and I'm gonna travel home soon, so I'm going to bring it with me and deliver it to him personally. And today I had to go out in town to pick up a couple of things, and I did pick up something else as well. So I did pick up a copy of the game for the Switch too. So I'm going to play it. I didn't get a chance to play it yet, but now I have no excuse. So I'm actually going to play the game. So can't wait for that to have some free time and then just sit down and enjoy the game. Sorry for that. Now lately I'm using this airbrush for varnishing, and I did notice that even if I clean it out correctly, some varnish will be always be left over inside the airbrush, and I have to do a deep clean on it every time. So that's what I'm doing now, just to make sure that it doesn't clog doing my work, because that's the worst when you have to stop whatever you're doing and start cleaning out the airbrush. And who's ever inside the channel, thank you very much to for choosing me and joining in. And again, I hope you had a fantastic weekend and a lovely Monday. Usually, what I do, I take a piece of the cloth, the corner of it's not a cloth, it's actually a wet wipe, and soak it in alcohol. Make the end of the corner of the wipe really sharp, and then just put it in, and then push it inside the nozzle, and just keep twisting it. It removes everything, like all the paint leftovers from the wall of the nozzle. This looks pretty clean. So this is good so far. Now I hope looks like it's just one person inside the chat. I hope YouTube doesn't suppress my account. I never had a solo on the live stream, so let's hope everything is fine. And we are back to working on Omni-Man. And this is how much I've done so far. And now I will have to do the favorite part, taping everything up. And go from there. And I have some Tamiya tape ready to go. Hey, hi Ron. How are you? I started to worry that YouTube doesn't show my live stream. Also, the notification is going out late. Yeah, that's YouTube. They always find a way to screw you somehow. So now it's taping time. So that's always fun, and I have to do lots of it on it, so sorry for that. I'm going to try to make it as fast as possible. But we already have some great company in the chat. Much, much appreciated. So, Ron, do you have everything planned out for your stream? Did you find the colors that you want to go with it? Did you work it out in the end? We talked a little bit about it, but when I left, do you know if you maybe change your mind? I think the color scheme that you're gonna go with, the one you showed me, I think it looks pretty cool, and it's something that you never done before. So I think that's going to look really cool. Yeah, again because it's something so different. So I think it will be really cool. And for what you about to told me that you're going to do and how you're going to do it, I actually am quite interested to see how it comes out. And those paints that you told me that you're going to use, actually, I never used them. Those I used something similar, but it was some older type of paint, and I didn't really like it. But that doesn't mean that the ones you're going to use, it's not going to work. So I'm kind of excited to see how it comes out in the end. Actually, I want to see how long it's going to take you to finish this model, because it's not a very hard model, but it's a very complex model. So I presume it's going to take you a little bit. Yeah, count me in. I'm going to be there definitely. I want to see what you're cooking up. Always interesting to see somebody else do something different. And by the way, I really like how the mouse came out yesterday. I have to finish up a couple of parts on him, not too much left. I'm going to do that today as well on the live stream at one point. I just want to tape this one up and then start applying some paint on it. Oh, okay. So you did found some of the rendering. Yeah, sometimes you see the renderings, they're not that good, but sometimes they can help you out a little bit. So that's why I advised you to have a look and see if it's anything that's helpful. But yeah, sometimes renderings are, especially for the games, they're not something that you specifically want to do. The same thing I done with my Ant King beetle. I don't know if you saw it, Ron. If you did, check it out. How is he depicted in the game and everywhere else? It's all black, and I didn't found that as fun to just paint up something black. So that's why I went with something a little bit different color scheme. If anybody's interested in that, you can find it on my main channel. And that one is from Solo Leveling. I'm pretty sure, Ron, that's part of why even people come and sometimes check out our channel, because they want to see something, somebody's idea done in a different way, and then they can put their spin on it or to do something similar. I do all the time and go and check out other content creators. Now, it's not always that I learn something, but I check them out, and you will be surprised how many cool things other people do in a different way. So if you guys are wanting to learn a little bit more about this hobby, make sure you check out as many content creators as possible, and I promise that will help you on the long run. Especially lately, I feel like it's every week that I come across somebody similar doing what we do, and then you can see that it's a new channel that just popped out. So I have to tape up all of this, and I have to make sure that no uh, any spots left out, because then that will ruin my day literally if I have to repaint the torso, and I really don't want that. Let me put my phone on silent. And guys, if you just joined in, thank you very much for joining. You're very, very welcome. I much appreciated. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to put them down in the comments. If you want to show off your work, you can do so on send me a message on the Instagram, and then I can check it out. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't allow pictures, and I kind of understand why it does that. But I will love to see some of your work, guys. So make sure if you do this hobby to show off a bit. Now, unfortunately, taping it's the most boring thing ever, but it's one of the most important parts as well. Because if you mess it up, then you pay the price. So you better become really good at it. And sometimes you still have a little bit of a picking through of the paint. And here I'm specifically going to use red paint. So that's always fun. Looks like Monday is going to be a little bit more quiet day, but that's okay. We still gonna do the work and have fun. By the way, yesterday live stream was really really good. So who knows? Maybe time to time as a surprise. I'm not gonna say I'm going to do all the time, but who knows? Time to time, I'm going to jump in and do like a surprise live stream here and there. Hey, and Rocket, how are you? As you can see, I have fun with doing some tape. By the way, and Rocket, did any of your groups did you find anything on the Discord groups that you like? Good. As you can see, I'm having fun taping up Omni Man. It's one of my favorite things, hobbies to do, taping, masking. Never can go wrong with it. Yeah, and remember I told you you can join other groups if you look for the spawn folders on the side. Then you can come across other groups as well, and then you can join in that way. Yes, there are lots of animes over there, and that's why because you said you want to do Zoro from One Piece, so there will be lots of Zoros. Trust me, over there. Because you said you want to do a cool One Piece for your son. So I was thinking maybe you can find something more unique over there. You can find a little bit of everything. They have Disney as well. Again, some of the groups I couldn't invite you in personally, but you can join other groups. There are lots of them. Oh, he has a specific version he likes. Okay, so that would be already a little bit more challenging to find that specific one, but hopefully if he likes it, somebody else likes it as well, so they made a model of it. I know, like, if you want just something that quick and easy, Tanuki has a really good one, which I think is pretty cool. But again, if you want something a little bit more just different and specific, because I know even the Zoro, I'm not too familiar with One Piece. I did watch some of the episodes, but I didn't watch the full anime, and I know they have different versions, kind of in a way. But again, I'm not as familiar with One Piece as with other animes or anything like that. Now I'm applying the masking a little bit better because this has to stay on till I finish the whole model. So it's not that I'm just gonna pass the red and then I can take it off. No, this is going to have to stay for some time. So I want to make sure that everything is nicely protected. I think at this point I'm going to use up all of this tape on him. I hope not, but now guys, you can do this masking the tape up a couple of ways. You can use some masking putty as well. The masking putty that I have, uh, it melts away a little bit from the heat, so it start pouring away. Yes, I hate masking as well. And I don't want to use the putty because again, this has to be a little bit on the model for a little bit longer time, and I don't want it to, like, the putty to kind of, it's almost like a symbiote. It just kind of melts down, if makes sense what I'm saying. So I will have to reapply that putty a couple of times. That's why I'm going with the tape. It's just a safer way to do it. But everybody can do it in their own way, of course. If you trust your putty a little bit more, or you have a better putty than I have, then of course go ahead and use that one. And you see with the masking, it's the same as almost everybody. Nobody really likes capes. Nobody really likes masking. And this is, I think it's almost like a common thing in this hobby. Did use that as well, and I had some bad experience with it. Now, mine actually went and got really hard because I had it for so long that I didn't use it. So actually, I threw it out. I did use, but for some reason, I don't know, I wasn't lucky with it, so I stopped using it. Again, it's one of those things, like you have a bad experience, you try it out, you have a bad experience, and then you kind of give it up, and then you have somebody coming along and say like, "Oh, no, actually, for me, works really good." Uh, in this case, it's Ron like that. He had only good experience with the blue silicone paint masking process. I had terrible experience, and I tried it a couple of times. And as far as I know, Ron had the same brand and same masking liquid liquid silicone that the one I had. But again, for me, it didn't work at all. So I never got back a new one. You got mixed results as well. So yeah, I don't know. Sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. Same with the tape. Sometimes it comes out without problem. Sometimes when you remove the tape, you remove the half of the paint from it for no reason. Even if you seal it, even if you let it dry for a couple of days, you do everything right. Even if you use the Tamiya tape, when you take it off, it just takes half of the paint with it. It already happened to me, so yeah. Again, everybody gets a different experience. Oh yes, of course, of course. Again, I think he has to do something with the air over here, because here in Ireland the air it's a little bit more humid. So I think that reacts differently with the silicone as well. Maybe it doesn't dry as it's supposed to dry. To be honest with you guys, I have no clue. I'm not a silicone expert, but just so far with what I experienced I had with it, it wasn't good at all. I do know I painted up uh, some skin tones, masked up the face, and when I took it off, half of the face paint came with the liquid mask. Ron, as far as I know, you didn't have too many bad experience with the liquid mask, right? By the way, if you guys ever visit Ireland from the US, I need you to bring me the, don't remember now the name. It's called the Crazy Putty or whatever it is. The one that comes in egg. Ron, it's using that one, and most of you guys use that. It's a brown color to it. It comes in an egg shaped plastic. And whoever comes to Ireland, you have to bring me one of those. Uh, and I, of course, I pay you, and we just meet up and have a Guinness or two, if you like Guinness, of course. Poddy, yeah, silly poddy. Yeah, man. If you can bring me some of those, like whoever comes first, again, guys. I would love to have some of that because you cannot buy it. Like I cannot find it anywhere that will send it over here to Ireland. So back in the day, I had so many friends going to the States, and they always asking me, "Oh, Borno, want me to bring you something?" And I will go like, "Oh, no, 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 no." So now I know what I want, but yeah. Now apparently no one goes anymore to the States. Anyone who I know, of course. And as far as I know, those are kind of cheap as well. They're not too expensive. Is that right, guys? Yeah, that's what boggles me. Like, uh, it's actually it's a kid's toy, but it's so good for our hobby. You just I don't know, like what I saw everybody from the States when they do this, it just works really good for the modeling. So I'm like, come on, I want some as well. Actually, Ron, you know what? I have an idea. How about we check out how much will be a package to be sent from the States here, and I send you the money and you just send me a couple of them and just fuck it. And by the way, I still didn't get my Orcish Dermot. Now it's more than 4 weeks. I want to see what the excuse is then. Because it's not liquid, so usually when you post something, they have a problem if it's liquid. But the Siliput, it's not liquid, so even with the postage, should be fine. Should be no problems. So any issues over there? So can actually see that arriving in one piece. Imagine if I had that, I don't have to do all of this with tape. I just had to do like partial taping and then just use the silly putty. Now I taped this one really, really good up, I will say. But if I see any leakage, I'm going to lose it, I swear. I never spent so much time taping up something and using so much tape as well in the process. Okay, I just have a small parts left over here on his arm, and then we are done and can apply the red on it. Okay, and let's move to the next phase and hope all of the small parts are covered up and the tape will hold out as well. Oh, a little piece over here. Let's do this as well in the middle of of his chest. And I made a hole, so I need another piece. I always love this small parts masking part because the tape breaks so easily as well. And then sometimes you don't even notice that the tape it's not sitting there correctly. So I try to do everything perfectly, and then when you take it off, then you realize that actually the tape never was sitting on the piece as you wanted to. So, Rocket, if you don't mind me asking you, are you working on something currently, or you have other work to do? Just as a curiosity. Now here it's a really small hole, so I have to reapply a little bit of the tape. Oh, nice. Any specific model that you are selling good, or is just what the customer's asking, if you don't mind me asking? Okay, and this time we are done with taping. Ah, nice. That's actually a good idea. Yeah, because you mostly paint Star Wars figures as well, as far as I know. And your figures are really cool as well. And looks like you found a really good way to advertise it as well. I never asked you, Rocket, what size are usually your models? One fourth scale, one sixth scale. I usually do 1/5, but I know that's not popular. That's more custom to my needs. For example, I'm trying to do the models 1/5 that they are for me. for my personal collection, so they will be mostly my X-Men. This Omni-Man, for example, it's one 6 scale. Oh, that's really nice. Yeah. Oh, but you see, with the 1/4 scale as well, yes, shipping and then they will be expensive, of course, and storing and everything. But the details and the paint that you can do on it, it's a different level. You see, because uh, the space in the house where I live, it's a big, really big house. I'm not complaining at all. But again, I'm restricted of houses here in Ireland are usually really small, so it's I cannot have too much. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, good to know. If I ever need something, I hit you up. And what are you doing then? You do it in CAD? Yeah, because they're kind of same size. Yeah, I start doing some, but I just sold a couple of like Pokemon cards boxes on Etsy as well. But they were just the one models that I found the models on. Don't even remember what it's called. Marker maker, I think. Oh, nice. So so does she help you out with the cat, or you doing it all by yourself? Or your wife helps out with doing the models as well? I dipped my finger in CAD a little bit here and there, nothing too major. But yeah, I would like to learn it properly. To be honest, you can do some really cool shit for the MDM printer. Oh yeah, characters are harder to do in CAD or anything like that. I I was about to learn ZBrush, so I tried, but takes a little bit time to learn that. And then had my son, and I used to work back then, so I kind of give up. But I always want to go back, and I would love to like properly learn ZBrush. Sorry, guys. By the way, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I was using the hair dryer to start drying up the model. And I missed the spot on his arm with the tape. So I will have to take down the tape over here and then clean it up before it's too late. Mm-mm-mm. And I did make sure that I looked really good before I started it, but you see, guys, that happens. Now I'm going to use some spirit alcohol and remove the red from here, because I did use a clear varnish. The paint from under it is not going to come off. It's just the red that's supposed to come off. Now, and of course, in cases like this, the sculpture has some textures, so it's a little bit harder to remove from the deepest parts of the sculpt. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like this. You can still see it, but I'm gonna go back with a little bit of the paint over there, and I'm just gonna technically move on. And I forgot to clean the airbrush. Yay! So again, guys, if you use clear varnish to protect your work, and then you apply some more paint on the varnish, and you use the spirit minerals, it will not affect the color under the varnish. So that's a really good trick to do. But I will have to put another piece of tape over here. And I'll have to watch out because I have a little bit of red on my glove. So I don't want to do more mess around here. So trying just to keep it clean. And unfortunately, these do happen. So in this case, you just have to make sure that you just spot it in the at the right time and try to fix it as much as possible. Guys, by the way, if you have any question 3D printers or painting related, please don't hesitate to put it inside the chat. Good to know, Ron. Good to know you're still here. Guys, I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Now, if you're wondering why it's no music, you can blame Ron for it. He said that he's going to select some music for me today, but he didn't do it. So let's hope he's going to do it for tomorrow. Guys, if you just joined in, thank you very much for joining in. Make sure that you hit that like button. Thank you. So, and now I'm going to give you the second coat because I just want this red to cover really, really good. I think it's a little bit funky, so I don't know what's happening. I just want a really nice coverage from the red, and because I'm doing it over black, it looks like the paint just done some weird coverage on some places. I just want to make sure that everything is covered nice and even. Oh yes, here we go. Blame me. Like I was holding the phone to your ear with my hands. Oh help! He holds the phone to my ear. I cannot do this. Somebody please help. He's holding the phone to my ear. Ha ha ha. Yes, I called you to see if you have the tracks done. And then when I saw that you dodged the question, I was like, okay, he didn't do anything again. Nah, don't worry, no stress. I'm gonna go through them because again, I just download them. I didn't listen to them, so I don't know how good or bad the songs are. I just wanted to put something up there. People were saying they don't like that it's too quiet when I'm doing the hair dryer part. I'm going to make some noise so you can hear the hair dryer, so it's not boring. You can hear me talking here now a little bit. I don't actually know how much the noise cancellation takes out the hair dryer or how much you can hear it, so I'll have to go back and listen back to the video later on. Okay, and now the red is done, but I'm going to let it dry a little bit more. And I'm going to do some work on the cape. And guys, if you just join in, you're very welcome. I hope you had a nice weekend. And today I'm continuing working on Omni from Invincible. He had a huge cape, and I don't like doing capes, but this cape looks really like more like a Superman cape, if you ask me. But I like it, so. And I didn't do a cape for some time, so I'm trying to do capes once a year. Otherwise, yeah. So I didn't do any capes this year, so this is the cape for this year, and then I'm not gonna do anything cape related for some time again. And now I'm going to use a red wash. This one from Citadel, and I'm going to give some shadows to the cape. Yes, this is printed in one piece, and I wish that I could print this as 1/4 scale, but I don't have space for my statues now in the house. So I printed it 1/6 scale, but it's really good. And on this cape, I made it with magnet. So I had to do some modification. I done it in ZBrush to the cape. Uh, and I put magnet in it, so it's going to hold in. Now the magnet was not going to hold up the weight, so there's going to be the two keys that was going to hold up the weight. The magnet is just there so the cape doesn't fall out, so it keeps the cape in one place. Now, to be honest with you, I never saw anyone doing cape with magnets, so I hope this works out. If you know anyone who done magnets, cape with magnets, please let me know, and I'm gonna go and check out to see how they did it. Yeah, I had to print the magneto from Z Studio, the cape in two pieces, and by end of the day, I had to remove all the textures from the cape. So I had to sand it all down because it just looks really bad. And after that, I promised myself I'm going to try to avoid as much capes as I want, to avoid capes as much as I can. I always wanted to paint up a Superman, but I couldn't find anything that I really, really like. Now, Superman is not one of my super favorite like heroes, but I still like it. I think the whole concept of Superman is really, really cool. But I'm not the biggest Superman fan, so. But if I ever come across like a decent Superman, I would like to paint him up definitely. So if you guys do know any really cool Superman files out there, uh, please let me know. You can send it to my Instagram, GambitNeo1, the link or the pictures, and maybe where I can find the file, where I can buy it, of course. And then if it's something that I like, I would like to paint him up. Even if I said I'm not doing any more capes for some time. I think Sideshow Studio made a really, really cool Superman, the Superman Hush, that I really like. I'm just not going to pay that money for a statue. But if I would ever come across a cool sculpture similar to the Hush Superman, I would definitely paint that one up. Sorry, guys, if I go quiet for some time. I'm just kind of working out what I want going to be my next step in my head. Because the chat is so quiet. Okay, something just fall down, and I'm not sure what it was. I will have to look afterwards. Okay, one part is done. And now we're going to move over to the next part. So I'm going to clean out the airbrush. And now I'm going to do something different. I'm going to apply some highlights. And for that, I'm going to use a brighter red, of course. And I did buy 2 of those reds over here. Now, guys, if you have any questions, just make sure to put it down in the comments. And I'm going to try to answer them, especially if it's 3D printing or painting related. If you just want to show off your model, send a nice picture to or a link to your Instagram account on my Instagram, GambitNeo1. You can check out my previous work over there as well. I do take on commissions and I do sell my statues. So if you're interested in anything specific, and now I'm going to take this brighter red and just go over the white. Hey, that's the outside of the cape done. So I'm going to hit this with the hair dryer. Haha, enjoy making lunch. So this side of the cape, it's done. And then I will have to do the inside, which as you guys can see the difference between them. So the highlights over here are more out there, and the inside, the red, it's just dumbed down a little bit. So I'm going to leave this to kind of dry a little bit, and then I'm going to do the inside. So till this dries a bit, because I don't want to make a mess, I'm gonna go back to Omni-Man himself, and just try doing the, not try, I'm going to do the shadows. It feels like the has a start of a clog on the nozzle. So I'm gonna take it apart really quick and give it a quick clean. After a while, when you using your airbrush for some time, you're gonna You're gonna notice any small problem with the airbrush in time, so you know when it's working correctly or when it's not. So it's easier to keep it clean. Thanks, man. Thanks. Much appreciated. I'm going to do the inside of the cape, so the after that the cape is pretty much done. And again, guys, if you're interested in this Omni-Man, I did leave a link inside the description, so you can go and check it out. It's from Lionheart Forge, and you can find them on my mini factory. He's mostly doing miniatures, but he has a couple of full size statues as well. And I really like how he done the Omni-Man. So I think he's one of the coolest Omni-Mans out there at the moment. And there are lots of Omni-Mans, I have to say that. So let's hope that the airbrush is working correctly, because I have to do some fine lining. So when you do that, when you do the shadows and you do your fine lining, make sure that you reduce your airflow, because you don't want too much paint coming out at once. Yeah, that's perfect. And I start doing some fine lines. And guys, if you're just getting into this hobby and you don't know where to start painting, if you have a little bit problems finding your way, I say it's always the easiest way to do it is starting from the bottom up. Start on something more simple a little bit, like the base, for example. Start with the base, start with the feet. And now, only in the case if the feet are separate from the legs, then it's easier. Always start with something easy, and then just wake your work up. Do a little bit of research of what colors you want to do, just to have a vague idea, and then start applying some base colors, and then go from there. That would be my best advice to do it. You can always change out the colors down on the road. The most important is to have the base color to know which direction you want to go. And you can always look up for references. If you're not sure about something, you can check out other people art as well. And then I know it's not nice, but just copy a little bit. Introduce some new techniques in your work. Check out other streamers, for example, as well. I keep saying the easiest way to learn this hobby is just checking out other people how they do it. Everybody has a different way of doing the skin tones, uh, shading. Somebody likes to do the pinkish skin tone, apply the pinkle on the bottom. Some people like to do the zenithal highlight. The zenithal highlights usually don't work for me. I tried it out, but because of my style, of course, I'm not saying zenithal highlight doesn't work. I feel like zenithal highlight is better a little bit for miniatures. But again, depends on what you're doing and how you do it. It's try it out, see if it's something that's for you, and give it a couple of tries. Of course, not just try it out once, and if it doesn't work, you just move on. Try it out. If it doesn't work, do it your way, and then maybe come back in 2-3 months and try it out again. And then again, if it's not resonating with you, just move on, do your own thing. I find that that's how it worked for me best all the time. Trying out new things, it's always good. It can make your skills grow as well. If you're just doing the same old boring things, uh, then you get kind of stagger in one place. And one thing as an artist, you don't want to stagger. You always want to do better, do something new, do something fresh. I see a lots of people as well, and I have the most respect for Wicked. Wicked is one of the biggest and oldest Patreons that there are around, and they done a lot of amazing models. But I still find a lot of people get stuck with one Patreon, and it's nice to support your favorite Patreon. Of course, I will never say not to. Sometimes it's good to try out different Patreons as well. There are lots of them out there. When I started the 3D printing, there were not too many. Wicked, it was just coming up at that time, and I was a Wicked Patreon for years and years. But I have to say, some of their models, the cuts in special, they're a little bit questionable how they do it. Back then, I didn't know better, so again, there were not too many. But these days, there are lots of amazing Patreons out there. They're doing a lots of good models. For example, Z Studios is one of them, but they had a problem with the logo. And at the first, they had a little bit of a attitude. They said they're not going to change the head, but they done the right thing. So, heads up to Z Studios. They did the right thing, and they changed out the head. That head wasn't anything nice, especially if you're a Lobo fan. I have to be honest, I'm not a Lobo fan, but that head was just bad. But I can recommend them because they listen to people and they said, okay, we cannot release it like that. So they're changing out the head now, which again, I think it's amazing for a big company like Zeds to just listen to their customers' feedback and then actually do something about it. Uh, when they announced Gambit on Wicked, I did leave a comment to them asking for a smaller base, and they said that maybe in the future they're gonna do one. Now, if anybody knows me, knows that I love Gambit and I love the X-Men, but To be honest with you, I was expecting a little bit more from Wicked, and again, Wicked, it's amazing. I'm not bashing them, but because they're doing so many models in a month, almost even hard to keep up with just tracking the models they're making. So I'm pretty sure for them it's not easy either. Yeah, they fixed the Lobo head. Yeah, I saw it, and it looks really good. And if somebody ever wants to do that shitty head, I don't know. The problem is these big Patreon studios. Sometimes they have so many customers that they will not budge. But in this case, I think they done the right thing. That studio, and they listened and they changed. So again, I'm going to recommend them because still, it's one of the best studios out there, and one of the biggest as well. And another really good studio that I like, and I'm not sponsored by them or anything, guys. I'm not sponsored by any of these groups, by the way. Uh, if they ever want to sponsor me, I will be happy to disclose that. But at the moment, no, I'm not. I'm just saying it as it is. Uh, Tanuki figures, I think it's really, really good. And then you have Polymine Studios as well, who is bringing out some really, really cool models. And Cardozo is a great guy as well. So again, there are a lots of opportunities over there, and again, there are lots of. This is just a couple of them that I think they are really good, but there are lots of them. And then don't forget smaller creators like Lion Heart Forge that made this Omni Man. I always like to go and collaborate with smaller studios and just try to show off the models, newcomers. Because sometimes, it's not easy to show off your work. So usually, what I do, I stick with a Patreon for some time because I cannot afford to have all of them. Even if I would like to, I cannot print all of the models anyway. And if I ever take a custom, uh, if I don't have the models, usually then the customer has to provide it, or they has no way to provide it, then I'm gonna try to reach out and pick it up in one of the shops or anything like that. But again, at this point, I have so many files that I think I will not have to buy any for a couple of years, and I still have models to print. And I'm pretty sure most of you are the same way. So that's why I'm trying to reach out to new artists and work with them, or even doing on different groups on Discord. If you're in anime or anything like that, and just try to do something different. It's nice that time to time to change it up a little bit and not just do the same model that everybody else does. Ron has a really cool model coming up today as well on his live stream. So guys, make sure you check out Ron, the 3D Painter live stream is going to start in about an hour, more or less. And then there are a couple of great guys out there as well that they're doing amazing work. So give a chance, go and subscribe, give it a like. And the most important, share it with your friends and family. That helps out way more than you will imagine. Okay, so now I done the shadows. So now I'm gonna go back with the bright red. first I will have to clean out all the... Let me put some pressure back on. I forgot that I lowered the pressure. By the way, I noticed ground affected. It's making a gambit in September. So that's now on my favorite list. So ground affected, I hope you don't you make an awesome model. I know it's not you making the model, it's the guys that working for you, or you, whatever the status between you and those guys are working for you, or you commission them out to make your model. I'm not sure exactly. I hope you do a good gambit. It has to be a good museum pose, or it has to be a good action pose. And please don't make him bend over. I hate all the gambits that they are just bent over. Gambit is a really athletic person. Like, do it some more uh, dynamic pose, like somewhere in the action, somewhere. It's so easy to have a good gambit. And please don't make a sentinel. Oh my god, if it's a sentinel head that is standing on, or anything sentinel related, oh, I'm going to lose my shit. So I was hoping that the gambit from Wicked would be a little bit better, but unfortunately it's not. So my last hope now is ground affected. I almost want to challenge ground affected for a gambit paint up. I think that would be pretty cool. And then we can send the model to each other. He's in the UK, so he's close to me. And then we can send the model to each other and just kind of rate it. The two model comparison. I think that would be cool. So ground affected, it's somehow you come across this video, somebody tells you about it. Think about it. I'm in Ireland, you're in England, we are close to each other. We can paint up the same model and then send it to each other and see how it goes from there. At this point, I even paint up the gambit even if I don't like it. Guys, if anybody would like to see Gambit painted out by me and one by ground affected and have a comparison between the two of them, uh, try to bring this video to his attention then. And who knows, it might work and then you can get something out of it. Now here I'm just trying to do the highlights and correct it with the lines, the black ones. I don't want them to be too strong. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go over with a little bit of a highlights and make them a little bit more nice and tidy. Now the chat are really, really slow today. Maybe if it's this is the way that's going to go with the live stream on Mondays, maybe I will have to move it to another day in the future. We will see. Usually I live stream on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. But I noticed the Mondays to be a little bit more quiet. So maybe it would be a better idea if I change the day. Oh yes, I know everybody's busy. Don't get me wrong, but I noticed a little bit the Mondays are really, really quiet. So maybe people are not checking it as much. I noticed that the Wednesday are usually really, really good. People are more present and more active as well. We will see how it goes. I was thinking to go back and start doing some more video format videos as well, not just streaming. So we're gonna see about that as well. I do the live stream because I feel it's more connected to the community as well. Oh, hello, Swedish. How are you? Thank you for checking in. How is Blade coming along, Swedish? If you don't mind me asking. Oh, you will be sleeping. You just woke up. It's always good to have a little bit of a rest. God, I know I need it. I go too late in bed and then wake up, and most of the day I'm working on something. and most of the time it's related to the hobby, unfortunately, because I feel like if I'm not working on the hobbies, I kind of fall behind. Sometimes I don't even have time for my other hobbies, which mainly would be video games, which I love. I used to love playing video games, but again, since I have this, I don't really get the luxury. Or you're gonna to bring some print something big again? Do you have anything on your mind already, or? I'm curious now. What are you going to print? There are lots of life-size models out there, and they're really, really cool. And some of them are made like really uh, printable, friendly printable with FDM. So on that side, you're kind of a little bit lucky. Back in the day, it was really hard to find something to print it in life size. You have to slice it in a specific software. I think you still need to, but I think the guys now they already have it ready when they give you the files. Not sure. Halo, yeah, Halo Master Chief is really cool. They have actually, I don't know if you saw Uncle Jess. I think he does a Gambit, life size Gambit. It's a life size Gambit file out there. Thank you very much. So after this, I'm still going to do some more shadowing on it and then more blending in with some pastels. So on this one, I still have some more work to do. But so far, I'm doing a really good progress on it, so I'm happy on that. Let me see what time it is. We still have some time, a little bit left. Yeah, but the Master Chief, it's really cool. Yeah, one of those life-size one. I would be a little bit jealous, to be honest with you. Swedish. I always wanted to do Halo. And if one day I get to have a studio, then I'm definitely doing a life-size Halo. That will be a project that I would love to have. But till then, if you make one Swedish, I'm just gonna enjoy that one. Yeah, Star Wars one will be nice as well. I'm pretty sure lots of people would like to check that one out. See, Halo now, Master Chief, it's a little bit under the water because the last game kind of flopped a little bit. I still like it. It's not the best Halo game, but I like Halo, so I'm kind of biased, so don't quote me on that. Okay, now I'm going to remove the tape. But first, I'm going to hit it a little bit with the hairdryer. I'm going to rest here safely. Yeah, lights I do not agree with. Imagine that. That thing, I think it would be a little bit too much. Because you have to take in consideration that I don't know how much space Swedish has in his house. But yeah, that would be something. Oh, hi Track Mods. How are you? Sorry, I didn't notice you just now. Yeah, I know what you mean. Swedish Forge. Yeah, lots of people printed the life-size Star Wars, and I think Marvel as well. There are lots of people who printed Marvel statues. And guys, now comes the nightmare. Let's see how was my taping game. So far, so good. Now, the part that I already missed the last time, that doesn't count. Yeah, a life-size Ant-Man could be as small as you wanted. Yeah, that's correct. Also, I heard you have a life-size statue. Yeah, of who? Ant-Man. Okay, let's try to continue with this removal of the masking, which could be really good or it could be a nightmare. So far, we are on the good side. Okay, had a little bit of leakage over here, as you can see. Just a little bit. It would be an easy fix. I don't mind that. Again, so far so good. Oh, had a little bit over here, but this is the magnet again. That's no problem. Just a little bit over here, but this is because of the corner. Again, easy fix. And I see a bigger one over here under his arm. Yeah, these things happen with the tape, unfortunately. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Uh, by the way, Swedish, I don't know how much you're in with this, but some of the models, they're already scaled up to life size. So some of the like guys are, when you get the model, it's already a life size model. So it's made to be a life size print. So that will save you lots of time, I think. Try to look for those models. There are a couple of Patreons out there as well. They do that specifically. Now I don't have them by top of my head, but I know they are. So I did miss a couple of spots here and there with the tape, but it's nothing major. Some of them, they actually the tape came up during the spray, so the tape didn't stick too good. And I did notice this with this tape that sometimes it goes away when you brush air against it. But that's okay. Again, nothing major. It's an easy fix. There are 3 spots that I have to fix up, and again, one it's over here. Oh, and I just made another one. How did I even make that? sometimes when you remove the tape, you still have some wet paint on the tape. So it's really easy to put it back on the statue. So you kind of have to watch out for that. But if you notice in time, it's really easy to remove it with some mineral spirits. So you see, that was an easy fix. So I had another one over here. Let me see if I can remove this one. Some of it came away. Yeah, so this is removed as well. And where I had another one? I had another one a little bit here. And another one here. That's it, easy fix. And then let's see anywhere else. And as I mentioned it here on the magnet, but this doesn't really count. The cape will be over there, and then I had this one here. Oh, I done another little bit here on the hand. Oh no, actually this is the one that already cleaned it up. Here I will have to reapply some paint on this arm before I spill the whole bottle. Okay, anywhere else? I have to watch out because one of my hands, it's a little bit dirty, so I'm keep touching it and keep reapplying the red, and that's a bad idea. So let me take down the final piece. Oh, and here I managed to chip away some paint. But again, this is an easy fix. I don't really mind. Now I have to put down this statue because my hands are a little bit dirty with the red, so I'm keep touching it and just keep applying more red everywhere. Okay, so far this is how he looks, and I still have to do a lot of work on it. So that's going to continue on the next video because I have to let the paint to dry, and let's see how much time I have. Okay, I have a little bit time, so I'm going to finish up the mouse and kind of show it off a little bit. So this is the model that I done yesterday. It's mouse PA for higher, and it's a video game, and you can get it on most of the platforms. So let me find the. Here we go. Sorry guys, I'm gonna go really quick and wash my hands. So back. Now, guys, I'm back. Sorry for that. Just had to go and wash my hand because I didn't want to make this guy all red. So here's the mouse for now. So everything here is glued together. Example here, exception here for the base. So he's not glued to the base. And I have the head over here. The head it's all done as well. He just has a glossy varnish on it. So I have to apply satin varnish. So give me a second to change out the airbrush. Sorry, what do you mean what happens? Okay, this is really feels like a clog. Oh, I really didn't want to clog now at this point. Sorry, Trek, what do you mean what happened? Okay, that's weird. Okay, let's try that again. So I'm gonna take my trusty hair dryer and just dry up the varnish really quick. Thank you, Airbrush. Thank you, thank you. Of course, when I'm rushing to finish up something, okay, and officially the head it's done now as well. It has varnish on it, and I'm gonna take the whole statue and the hat, and I'm gonna mix up some epoxy glue really, really fast. I don't need too much of it. So this is two-part epoxy glue, guys, A and B, and it's 1-to-1 ratio. And I have to say, this is something that new that I found on Amazon, and it's one of those for the golf clubs to glue things on it. But it's really, really good. So I'm really happy with it. I've been using it for about a month now, and it's way better than the Gorilla Glue, any of those epoxy glues that they're really expensive out there. But I have to be honest, it's not too cheap, but it's quite big bottle. So I think it's at least for the size of a Gorilla Glue. Again, this is just if you're looking for some epoxy glue. I'm really happy with this one. I used to use a different brand, but that one, well, unfortunately, it's impossible to find. I don't know, maybe they stopped making them, but they don't carry it anymore anywhere. So some of the glue came out, so I'm going to remove that really nicely. Okay, let's try again. And now this time sets in perfectly. And now a little bit on the head as well. Here we go. So this is the mouse so far. And I have to say, I really, really love this. And now the final piece, and then we are done. So the final piece is the cigar. And Ron was asking for something specific. Unfortunately, I'm not going to do that. I never had a plan to do that. So Ron, I'm sorry. But the simplest thing that I can do to this, it will be what I'm doing right now. And here we go. I'm gonna dry this one up. Oh no! Okay, change of plans. This didn't work out as I was expected. And I left the thing here. See, this is what happens when you're rushing to do something. Anyway. Ah! Here we go. I put the cigar in his mouth. I'm gonna give it a second coat on the red. But I call this done. So this is a noir video game. So it's all black and white and gray. But I did decide to add a little bit of color on the cheese and on the cigar. And this is how it is going to be. So thank you very much, guys. If you joined in, here you go. You have the mouse PI for hire as well finished up. I'm going to post some pictures and a video tomorrow about it. And I'm going to do a little bit more on the cigar. So I'm going to just straighten out that line. But I really, really love it. It's a really cool statue. And it's from Hell Creator, so H3LL. And it's not a sponsor video, of course, but it's really cool. I made this for one of my best friends from childhood. So I'm going to have to do a trip back home, so I'm going to bring it with me. This is why I done a smaller size of him because it's not too big. Let me compare to the bottle. So it's just a little bit taller than the bottle. But again, it was really, really fun to paint him up. So probably I'm going to look for more couple of these statues to paint it up in the same way. I really, really like it. It was fun. I worked on this 6 hours and then another half hour on the whole thing. Now, guys, thank you very, very much for joining in. Much appreciated. Remember that I'm going to be online on Wednesday and Friday as well. So make sure that you check it out. And Ron was going to start his live stream soon in about 10 minutes. And he has a new cool project. So make sure that you check him out. And I hope to see you on the next one. Enjoy.